Hi, my name is Sagosa, and I'm the developer of the Nitto Remastered project, and I'm right here to show you the progress that I've made so far on the game and everything else, because right now I'm going to show you something that is not the game, but it's required for the game to be successful, which is tooling. I am right now developing a tool that is responsible for every item, for every vehicle, for everything in Nitto, and that is Nitto Vehicle Assembly Tool. It's not only to assemble vehicles, it's to assemble everything, and this is what I've been progressing and what I've been doing right now, and it's taking too long, which is normal, and that's due to me trying to create some flexibility with the systems and every menu and everything, so that it becomes easier far along the line to create items and the cars and everything else. There was something that is a learning curve, which is databases and everything else that I'm doing right now, that I'm trying to, find out along the way. And I'm gonna show you the database right now. This is the old default vehicle database, which I've been working on. This is every vehicle that I was testing. I just had 4 vehicles: a Corvette, Mustang, an Integra, Type R, and RSX. These are all at random, and it is just examples. And I have been working on this for a long time. It's like a second game that I'm developing, and it's really needed because I can't create parts via the database. It's not intuitive enough, so I need to develop this tool. And I have been developing for far longer than the game itself, and sadly it was made, let's say, not the wrong way, but not the most flexible and the quickest and optimized way, which is JSON strings. I was doing this just for tests. It worked, I progressed, and I knew that along the way I had to convert it to a normal database, so I had to do that. As you can see, if I had to change the name, either I entered the game, this one, the tool, and edited the vehicle, or I can just go here directly and just change whatever I wanted, which is not really fast and not really good if the tool is not either properly designed, or I just don't want to enter the tool because this is quicker. Let's say that the game is running and the servers are open, there are 200 people playing concurrently, and I need to change something and push it to the clients. I can't just open the client, do a change, and then push it. I want to do this remotely. I can access the database and do that, but like this I can't. It's really hard, because if I make a single mistake, let's say instead of writing Mustang right here, I write next to the quote an S, and I click OK. It doesn't accept because this software doesn't, but I know some that accept because of the JSON formatting, and this just gets pushed, and then I crash the server because it doesn't know how to process that character next to the quotes, and it crashes. So what I've been doing was a full redesign of every database. This is the default vehicles, these are the part categories, the shop items, everything is like a big JSON file, a JSON string. Of course, I know this is not the most efficient way, but I was just testing and done testing, and once I had something that worked fairly well, I had to convert everything. I made a script. It was fairly easy to convert, but it takes a lot of time. It took like I wouldn't say 1 day, but I do this as a hobby, so it took 1 day, like 4 hours, let's say, to convert every single database to the new database, which is this one. Really organized, really simple, easy to look at. It's not just a simple string from one side to the other. You can change the names if you want. And it just accepts, there's no problem. And this is also good for the server, because if I want to change the previous database entry, so let's say that I want to change via the server for some reason a part from a player, a part which durability decreased from 70% to 50, I would have to just fetch the item. Let's say it's this item. I would fetch this item in particular. I would change the item, and I would have to push the whole string, which is Like, it's not really a lot of data, but it will be a lot of data if it's like 200 people doing it at once every time, every few seconds. So it really stacks. So to combat that, I just, you know, simple database. What do I want to change? I want to change the durability. I go to properties and change the durability to 50. And it's just done because I only change the properties of the ID in case of the item, and it's done. So it's really quick, really efficient. There's no problem, and there can't be problems. I mean, there will be, but it's way simpler this way. So I did that. Job items, part descriptions, part categories. These are just the simple vector 2 coordinates, so they didn't need converting. The default vehicles and everything else this doesn't need. Accounts, they're encrypted, and everything else is working. So yeah. And I did that. So what did I did after that? I was trying to build compatibility with rims and tires, which is a whole other thing by itself, and it took a lot of time. So first I had to find tires and find the files. I found them, categorized them. I mean, they are already really organized because they are the normal Nitto files, so everything is named correctly. It's just plug and play. The system that I have in place is working, and it works every time. So simple import, and I did that, but there were problems with the scaling and everything else, so it took a few tries, a lot of trial and error, and it's working right now, so that's a good thing. Let's say that I want to I don't know, the accurate integrity is a good example. So here are the parts, never mind the debug, it's just, you know, for me to see. So there are parts. Everything that is tagged OEM it's supposed to be the default part for the vehicle. Also, you guys didn't see this tool. This is the tool that I've been working. Perhaps some of the older members of the TechX channel have seen this tool before. This is the tool that I've designed from scratch to edit my vehicles. Everything that you see here I've made from scratch, and it's made to navigate the database and change the values instead of going directly to the database. It's more intuitive this way, and I can create vehicles. Let's say that I want to create the vehicle 9. I go to the 9, I click create. You know, I'll choose Honda. I don't know if the vehicle 9 is a Honda, but yeah, a Honda something, Torino, the units that I have to sell, cash, etc. Create, and then you find something like this. I create each OEM part, and they get automatically added, but there are a few that I have to add afterwards, and I had to build support for that and everything else, a lot of time also, but that was done a long time ago. I just had to convert to the new database format, which was also a lot of time consuming. It was really time consuming because of the way that it was designed previously. I've sadly, I don't know what I'm doing at all, so I have to trial and error, and what I've did before doesn't adapt to this solution, so I had to change the whole system so that it adapts further on, and hopefully I won't have to change it anymore because it's plenty good right now, and I've learned a lot along the way. And what I was talking about, let's proceed. You add the OEM parts, but there are a few other parts that you'll have to add, like the, let's say, a custom bumper, 2E custom integral front bumper, doesn't matter. Bumper 1, you can just change it. Let's say that I don't want a bumper 1, I want a bumper 4. I change it, the cash price, etc. I can add special properties, color, size, etc. Doesn't matter, this is all prototype. I modify, and it will get applied to the vehicle. How can I see it? I have arranged a way to systematically build the vehicles with the coordinates. In here we are. It builds the vehicle. Everything is built, including the wheels, which I was trying to support, and I do right now. That's what I've been working on. Everything else I already had done, so I'm just showing you guys. So let's say that I remove the wheel. I will remove this wheel. Okay, it got removed. No wheels, no tires, because if there are no wheels, there's no reason to show the tires. But they are here and they are being accounted for. Let's say I want to change the tire to 1500 kilograms of weight. It will change. Right now it doesn't because it's bugged. I'm trying to, you know, reformat the whole dialogue system because it also has to be reworked. But yeah, let's see. If I want to add some different wheels, I had the stock wheels, so I'm gonna add golden BBS. I don't know, some random wheel. Okay, it's working. You see. Now let's say I want to scale. That was also something that I had to build from scratch, which is the scaling equation, let's say, for the rims and tires. Right now it's stock 15-inch tires, so they won't change the tires. It will only change the cross section and the rim scale. So let's say that the rim is 15-inch. I think this is the key. Yeah, it gets all buggy, don't worry. It changed. Let's say it's a 19-inch wheel. It's a 19-inch wheel, you see. Let's say that's a 15-inch wheel with a big aspect ratio. See, really beefy tires. Nice. I cannot change right now because this is for testing purposes. The tire inch size, because it's set for testing, and someone asked me why. That's because it's counterintuitive, just being a 15-inch wheel and everything else being scaled upon the 15-inch wheel. Well, it's kind of confusing, but I will try to explain the best of my abilities. It's because of let's say, let me aspect. Okay, let's say we have a circle here, and it's 15-inch circle. This is the tire, and the rim is exactly the same size. They are both 15-inch. Okay, if you want to scale the tire further than that, the rim, it won't show the tire. That's fine. But if you want to scale the tire, it will scale, you know, let's say it's a 16-inch. Okay, cool, 16-inch. Let's say, cool. Now it's a 16. Okay, but the rim is still a 15-inch. Okay, so if you want to change the side section of the tire, which is from 16-inch, which is the inner hole, to the outer hole, that's the cross section, a little bit bigger. This part, this is the cross section, and it's calculated via the width of the tire, which is, let's say, the top view, and it's in millimeters. So let's say, no, let's say it's 200 millimeters cross section. Okay. Cross section width. The cross section is calculated via a percentage of the width of the tire. So if the tire has a 200 millimeter width and it's a 250 R 16-inch, then it's 50% of 200 millimeters, and that's the width. Why do I scale with the inches? Because that way it gets more visually pleasing, the size with the rim. Because if we do this the accurate way, I will show you right now, which is of course counterintuitive, but this can be fixed. I already have a solution. Let's say it's a 15-inch rim, 15-inch tire with a 0 aspect ratio, so it has no tire on the cross section. Let's say, you see, no tire, almost no tire. It always has a little thread. No cross section. So fine, okay, this is accurate right now, but let's put it as if it was a normal tire, one that you buy from a shop. It's usually 205, 45% cross section. If I do place 45% of cross section, you will see that it will be really beefy compared to the stock tire. You guys can search for the stock tire, like in search for Nitto Legends vehicles, and you will see the list. You can find the Integra, and you can see that for the measurement, stock measurement in the real life, this is accurate, but in the game it's not. It's more of I think it's a 35. Yeah, it's sort of like this with a different rim. So this being said, I will have to use different size rims in different size tires to be, let's say, real. It will be fake but real, okay? You guys won't notice anything because this does not affect in any way the performance, only the visuals. Everything else is handled the same way with every part, so you guys won't notice. Only I have to do it every time I make a rim, which is like 120 something times, because there are 100 and something rims that will be hopefully available to every vehicle. That's something that I also have to study upon. Other than that, I haven't worked on anything else. This has been my full-time, hobby. I've been working on this all the time. I've enjoyed it. Right now I can show you the search engine that I've built for the database. It works as it should. I mean, you want to search parts. You want to search exterior parts, front bumpers from Torino, and he filters from Torino. He filters from Vista Heights, Diamond Point. This just works. Brands, instead of Honda, Ford. Of course, there aren't any, but if I put the location to any, that will appear Ford parts, any parts, OEM parts, non-OEM parts. These filters are working with the new database, actually. Something else that I'm gonna work on is the engine. I'm gonna start with the engine properties and everything else and how to add them. I already have an engine set, so let's say I want to add an engine to the Integra. I will do something really retarded, which is I'm gonna add inline Ford V8 5 liter. Okay, you see, it doesn't let me because I need a battery. So I'll need to create a battery. I'll click here. Batteries are in electrical. Battery. This is normal. There is no file. I don't know if this is gonna crash because I've been messing around with it. So no idea. 1500 bucks, doesn't matter. Okay, didn't crash, cool. So the battery, it's an OEM battery. It has no file variant. Okay, Vista Heights. This is wrong. This is no, it's right. Okay, this is right. Never mind. I was saying it was wrong because it's Vista Heights. The vehicle is from Vista Heights, but the rims are from Torino. It's fine. It's correct. Because the parts that you create, the OEM parts that you add to the specific vehicle, they will inherit the location, the brand, and the name on the tag. It says OEM, the brand, the vehicle model, and battery. Also, all by default. I can change it, but yeah, by default. So now that I have a battery, I can add the engine. This one. Inline engine, Ford modular, yes. And it has the engine. It has its specs, 500 brake horsepower, 22 torque. This is just a, placeholder. And the next thing I'm gonna do is try to see if the server can fetch the parts. It just handles them internally in the game, not in the tool. And I will try to see if I can, buy parts, sell parts, have an inventory, all that jazz to go on to the next stage, which is drag racing. I'm gonna do this as quickly as I can, which is not really quick. This will take a lot of time, maybe months even, to get to that stage, but we are getting closer and closer every time. I will ask you to be patient because that's all I can ask. And yes, keep joining, keep watching. Any questions you have, please ask them on the TechX channel. Please don't go around asking if the game is already released. It obviously is not. It's not in the next year probably. It will take a lot of time and a lot of trial and error. But what you can do is be ready to help and to play the beta, or the alpha in this case. So yeah, that's cool. Other than that, provide information on the vehicles if you have some information to provide. Like for example, with the Integra, I was asking a few time ago if anyone knew the size of the rims and the size of the tires of the stock Integra. I could search that on the Google, but if I have a community to help, it's way easier than me searching for something on the blind, because I don't know if the thing that I'm searching on Google is accurate with the game. So that's where there's the experience overlap of racers in Nitto and me. Other than that, I don't think I have anything else to show you. Let me see. There's the back, the front. I have other vehicles I can show you. For example, we have the Ford GT. Okay, this Ford GT has pink rims. Never mind this, okay? Here we are, pink rims. I was just testing. So I can show you, for example, if you want to change the front bumper of the default vehicle. This is all for default vehicles. It's what you're gonna buy. This is just a template. It's gonna copy an instance of this to the database with your ID, and that will be your vehicle to change. But let's say that I want all stock vehicles that you buy from now on to have a different bumper. I'll just click here, change the bumper to the bumper 4, modify, okay, and bumper 4, you see, change the bumper. I don't like this bumper, let's change the bumper to the bumper 5, change it, and it works. Nice, cool. Yeah, other than that, everything else is working. I've already tested. This is not, this is, that's the old one. I mean, I can show you something else that I have to work on, which is, for example, the Type R. No, the Acura RSX has a bug where you, if you come in, there is a part, which is the body up part. Some vehicles have this part, and for some reason it's a Corvette. I think this is a bug. Don't know why it loads, but it does. So I have to bypass and find out if he has a part to load, because this vehicle does not have a body up part. I can show you. So a 6 ID 6 body default vehicle, no, front 6 body up. Where is the body up? Body up. Okay, he has coordinates, but they are at 0. I don't think he's supposed to have it. I think if I place it at null, let's see. Actually, I think if I place it at null, he won't load it, because I have a fallback. So if he checks it's null, it won't load, or maybe it does. I have no idea. Let's see. Accurate error 6. Okay, he loaded anyway. So I need to, you know, fix this. But here you go. RSX. I've built this one. It's custom with really nice rims. I like it. Another piece, as you can see here. So yeah, this video is gonna be very long. Sorry for that. I hope you guys enjoy my ramblings. Any question? TechX. Thank you for watching, and until next time. See ya.